Alright, so I bought a used set of eyepieces. It came with this star diagonal, which luckily I don't actually need because one of these screws has been broken off, and they shipped it with the screw kind of halfway stuck into this thing here. And so this was a little hard to get off because that screw is still sticking in just a little bit there. So I need to extract that screw from that threaded hole. Now there is a mirror in here, and I don't want to drop anything on the mirror, so I'm going to be trying to work with holding the mirror up, so if I drop anything, gravity will go down. Before I get into power tools, I am going to attempt to use just some hand tools to get this guy out. First of all, just can I grip something on that screw with pliers and start twisting it out? And it doesn't seem that I can grip the end of this guy with those pliers. Let me try some needle nose. So it also doesn't seem like I can grip it there. Now, there's a little bit pushing out here, so I'm going to try and make sure I go righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. So from the other side, lefty-loosey is actually going to be righty-tighty. I think I might have rotated that slightly. I'm not sure if it's going to be enough to get a grip on the outside. I might be doing wishful thinking here, but if I can rotate it, these screws are not like super tight. Yes, I have a grip. It is not wishful thinking. I am able to rotate it. I'm going to be able to get this out without any power tools or even any fancy tools. So that is good. All right, that was much easier than I was worried about. I was thinking I might have to take these guys, turn them so these 2 points were pointing directly in, and grip both sides of the screw with basically some pliers that are gripping like this, and then twist the pliers and see if I can twist that out. Or grind a slot and use a screwdriver. All right, so perfectly good star diagonal. All I need to do is get 2 more of these little thumb screws, which I imagine I can buy somewhere. All right, so I took the remaining good screw out to the garage, and I'm not 100% certain, but these metric 4 screws are exactly the same. So it might be a English screw that just happens to cross fit with the metric 4. It's a little bit wiggly here, but then I would kind of expect that for the thumb screws on a telescope here. So it definitely can be replaced with metric 4 screws. I just had a couple of socket head cap screws in the garage, and so this is a zero cost replacement here. They're not exactly thumb screws, they're not as knurled as thumb screws, but for holding in an eyepiece, they're going to be just fine. You know, so the only thing I don't like about this star diagonal is it doesn't have the copper, so these are actually going to be touching the eyepieces directly. So this guy here, which is the 1.25 adapter, also doesn't have the copper. Now, the one that comes with the Barlow lens does. So So the Barlow lens has that nice little copper inset, and the Barlow lens to 1.25 adapter also has that. So this guy will not work in there super well because it doesn't have the cutout. The Barlow lens has that cutout, and so that, you know, will go into this cutout like that and fit nicely. I could kind of put it partway in there, but it's not the same as this guy where it has the notch. So if I want to use this diagonal, I have to be okay with these guys actually touching the sides of my eyepieces. So seeing as how my telescope already has a star diagonal, I don't really intend on using this one, but at least now it's in shape and, you know, has the appropriate number of screws and nothing's snapped off inside should I want to use it.